Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. Stay tuned, we'll show you how we took this apart and changed it. Instead of the gears riding on the blue side, we ride it on this side now. And I was confused during it, because see how the orange looks better? Because when I ground this down, I had to smooth it out and cut it. This side, one side could have been a little shorter to start with, so I can't tell you. But I did get confused, huh? This has the magnetic tip. So stay tuned. We'll show you the video of that, and we'll think of something else after that. Okay, we're going to cut this apart with we have it on high RPM. Do not melt plastic on them, what a mess. And I would not recommend it for wood, because you'll end up burning the wood. We do not know how this goes together. We may be able to put it back together someday and repurpose this tool. So we're going to stay right up against there. We're going to slowly go around and cut this thing. So then we'll be back. We're going to see what's inside. Okay, we cut a groove around her first, then we're cutting through it. That way we have the best chance of not messing it up. See that? We may put this back together. Okay, before we reveal inside, you're going to get plastic that's going to melt up like that. Break it off, get it out of the way, because it will snag in there and make it harder to cut, okay? So keep breaking it off there. So this took many passes going around there. Let's set up our tripod. I wanted that before the big reveal. Are you ready? You ready for the big reveal? Let's see what's all inside of here. I can't remember what side's what. Here, let's turn it around. I didn't know if this is instepped into here. Right. It's equal and has pins on it. We'll show you that. See the orange pins? So, we can put this back together. See where you see the orange on the blue? You're like, get on with it. This is all it is. Watch. Watch these pawls. They slip this way and grab that way. And then like a ratchet, you have a selector, you just turn the ball around. I think I could repair this, but it's just so cheap. Now I'm afraid of pulling this out and the spring's flying, so. This is pretty junky one, it really is. I don't know, you put a little bit of grease in there or something. Let's pause here. Let's get this out and make sure these springs don't go ping. We don't want to do that. We might be able to make this one better. It doesn't matter to me either way. I have a good one. Okay, that's all that's in it. Your little pawl and your little spring, it didn't fly apart. As you can see, it's not flying apart. And see how they just drop in that slot? Let me bring it around here in the light. Don't want to lose that spring. It's rolling off camera. Hold on. Even though you're on a towel or a napkin, a towel's better. This napkin's not the thing to use. See it? All it does is drop down in that little spot with the little spring. It doesn't really look wore. I may make some pins and put this back together, but I gotta take a break. This is kind of stressful. I thought for sure when I pulled out of the spring, but I should have known that the spring, one of them go popping and flying away. But no, that's all that does. It clicks this way, and this way it jams up. I can't tell you what side went where. Does it matter? Are the holes different? See? I can't tell you what side's what. I really can't. Is that awkward? Awkward moment on camera. Wow. Let me pause, put it back together. Okay, did anybody figure this out but me? The orange side is longer, but this pipe is longer, so it goes on the blue side. This pipe is short, let's call it a pipe. This center shaft is shorter, so this can go down in there. But what I can't really figure out is why is there teeth on this side if they're never used? You figure out what I mean? These were never used. Because you cannot put it together the opposite way. I tried. I tried putting this, yeah, I tried. It did not work. It did not work. Don't call me a liar. Don't call me a liar. Trying to hold this clunky thing together. You can see I'm getting frustrated, right? Throw it in the garbage can. Boy, I really messed it up. Yeah, we're done with this. We'll do something. We may put it back together and epoxy it sometime. At least we know what it looks like. And I'm sure my other one, the good one, the red and the black one, I'm sure it's got metal and stuff in it. You can see some shiny. I know it has to be made better than this. We know it sounded better, and if you watch the video on them, too much. I'm glad this is Sunday in the Shop Club. I figured it out. The blue side's shorter because remember I cut it apart, okay? When you look back on the video, you'll see it was down in here. Well, that's all wore out. So that's all fresh stuff. So these halves are made the same. So I've got these on fresh teeth. So we may try to save this, put it back together, but imagine epoxying this and epoxy getting there. You'd have to have it super glued just on the pins and that's it. You know, unless you tried covering that up with a piece of cardboard with a hole in it or something that would stay in there forever. How would you keep epoxy from running through that crack? Yeah, that's why it didn't look right. Here's the side where it wore before. You look down in there, back in there, see that? You can barely see it. That's nice and clean. It even sounds better on that side. There we go. Let's take a break and go on to something different. Okay, we cleaned up some bits. It's quite the Sunday in the shop. It's probably 2 days or more of throwing this together. The video of me chopping the thing apart was yesterday, and then gluing it together, and then I put the intro, came afterwards, so this is probably the third video clip. I cut that in half. Phillips 2, this is SL8, I don't know why, because it's about a 1/4 inch wide, probably 3/64 slot, 1/4 inch, and this is a Phillips 1, which is handy to have. You might run across some small, just clean it up a little bit of the buffing, a little bit of polish, nothing special. We're going to find like a baggie or something to put this stuff in. So we have a kit for this, so this can go in a glove box or something, you know, or go somewhere if you just needed to take something apart, you just grab it. Because it is nice to use that little ratchet ball real quick on something. Means I fixed it and it works better. Oh, we got to show you how good it sounds yet. Okay, you tell me if it sounds better. Because now we're writing in the orange part was never used. Before it sounded pretty nasty. It's still a cheap one, and it ain't as good as the red one. But it's good enough. And we don't care about abusing this one. That's pretty big. You can get some torque on these things. That's what I like about it. You're out in the middle of nowhere, you don't have a cordless drill. Remember, that's when it was made. Oh, I didn't mention it. You'll see the picture. I made 4 pins, and that's that gel super glue, which took 24 hours to dry in that crack. Okay, off to something next. I don't know what it's going to be. Okay, I think we're going to call it quits on this video for Sunday. We wanted to show you this. This has been several days. Everything's magnetic. We always say it. How many times have I say that? And this stuff's not cured. It's sticky. I don't want to stick my finger in it. So there was a fail somewhere. And I mix this half and half. I want you to stir it for I don't know how many, 20 minutes or whatever. Stir it till it reaches 90 degrees. It only reached 80. And I made a paperweight, if anybody remembers, that had nuts and bolts in it when I first got that. It's countertop epoxy stuff. So this is a fail. So I'm glad that stuff's inside that light bulb. This thing, this is a cup to get air. I even broke this all down so it could get more air to it. It is just a fail. It's sticky. So, you know that's not magnetic. So thanks for watching. I don't know what to think of that. See, I didn't want to touch it. It just, ew, it's gross. We're out of here.